Hi YouTubers, as promised, this is my 100-gallon acrylic aquarium that I'm currently outfitting. Um, I've had the tank since December. This is now February, so actually the tank itself is, the cabinet's being built, so, and I was testing the size and so forth, and the guy that's building the stand for me is using the DIY Joey channel to build it, which is fine. The tank itself, or the structure of that, is actually the best. If you haven't checked out Joey's channel, really a good channel for information if you're into do-it-yourself. Personally, I'm not. Again, I'm paying someone to build this one for me, and it's a very simple stand. There's still some more parts to be added, but I think it's going to work out fine. We're going to elevate the light based on a canopy adaptation that I designed, so you'll get to see the installation of that. And this is a 300 watt metal halide light. I'm going to have it set up on timers. The tank is facing a window, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I have one at home set up the same way, so it won't be an issue. Currently, I'm waiting on the ADA soil to come in, as well as some of the Siri stone and manzita wood that I ordered for the tank. But I was going to initially collect it, but I felt like, well, it's okay, but I wanted something a little different, so that's why I decided to order the wood. I hate paying for wood, but what do you do? But I just want to give you an overview of the tank and to see where I'm at currently with it. As I said, I've got the filter. One of the things I ordered from, it came in from China, which I'm not really satisfied with because it doesn't work. I've tried it on my other tank and it just simply doesn't work. It doesn't fit any standard size hose, so it's an off-brand hose, and it's just, to me, worthless. It was $35. I mean, I kind of regret buying it, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Of course, I'm going with the Eheim Classic 2217, but I probably will add another smaller filter, another Eheim. I just don't think I'm going to get the water flow from this one for this tank. It's rated at 92 gallons. However, I have used them, and since the population of the tank fish load population of the tank is going to be low, I did think that I could possibly go with it, but I think for the clarity and so forth, to give the acrylic justice, I think I'm going to add another smaller filter, another Eheim Classic. They have several new types of filters. I've yet to try them. I've had some Eheims for over 20 years, and I swear by them, and I'm not going to stray from that because there are cheaper models out there. But I think in terms of longevity, at least from my experience, this is the best filter, and believe me, they've been around for a long time. And sometimes you simply have to go with the products that have worked for you, and this one has, and it stood up to the test of time, and I cannot complain. I am an Eheim fan, so I mean, I can't say enough good things about Eheim. But they, silently, year after year after year, I mean, that's what you want. I mean, you get your money's worth. They're a little expensive initially, but what isn't? So, that's why I decided to go with that. The only decision I have to make is what size the second filter is going to be. And depending on the current and so forth in the tank, which I haven't experimented with, I think I will probably go with a smaller version of this particular filter. And, because I am going to use inline heating and inline CO2, but I'm going to go with a inline from, what is it, Greenleaf Aquarium. They have an inline diffuser that I've ordered, and it's on its way for this tank. And I'm also going to use a Hydrolux inline heater, so that also requires that I use 2 filters, but you know, I know that with this filter, I'm not going to have a problem, and so that's why I'm going with Eheim. The lighting was a generic buy from eBay. It was close to 300, but you know, again, you know, if you're going with a tank and you have a tank over 100 gallons, you're going to have to use metal halide. I'm not sold on LEDs, or I'm going to experiment with one on a smaller tank and see how it goes. But I'm not quite sold on LEDs yet, especially on a tank this size, although they do sell them. They sell them in the 72-inch length, but I'm just not sold on them, and I'll have to experiment on a smaller scale because they are expensive. So I want to experiment on a smaller scale to see how the light actually is. They claim 6500K on some of those LEDs, the more powerful LEDs, but I want to check it out myself and see how it goes. But I just want to give you a brief update on the tank and where we're going with it. In the next couple of videos, I will show you at least how I set up a tank. And with this one, I'm going to use you know, I'm going to set it up strictly ADA style. I'm going to use all the additives and so forth on a tank this size. You know, you almost have to, because you can experiment with different versions. I use a different method of establishing my tanks, but with this one, I'm going to go straight Nature Aquarium. I've already taken out the loan. Just a joke, guys, but it is expensive. You all got, you know, if you buy anything, I mean, it's expensive. I mean, with the ADA style aquariums, and they are expensive, starting with the aqua soil and the additives and the fertilizers. If you use the Brightly K series, it's an expensive proposition, but you know, there's a reason Mr. Romano's tanks look the way they do. Aside from the guys who constantly prune and nip and tuck at the tanks, there is a reason why he's successful, and I've followed him for years. And so I'm going to devote this tank, which actually sits in my waiting room, to that style. And I wanted a nature style. I'm going to cut on some things, and I'll indicate those in the videos that are coming up. But I will cut corners on some things, but as far as the actual equipment and so forth, I'm literally going to use the ADA method to set up a nature aquarium and see how it goes. Guys, thanks for watching, and look forward to the upcoming videos.